Well, I'm teaching Joel Stein how to be a man. Joel, I know it's your show, but I'm taking over here.
No, this is your show. I need to learn. Okay, so what I don't get is when guys talk about cars. Yeah, just cars. Like, what am I supposed to appreciate about them? What do guys talk about when they talk about them? And like, what are the parts so that when the mechanic tells me something is broken, I can pretend to know what he's talking about?
All right. Well, what you have here is a kit car. It's a AC Cobra big block 427 kit car. But because this is Donnie's cousin's car, because he's insane, he has a Chevy motor in here. It would normally have a Ford motor.
Okay.
So it's bizarre to put a Chevy in a Ford.
That would offend
but
people, right?
It would if you're a Ford man
card,
and you saw a big block Chevy in there, you'd be pissed off about it. But car guys are dumb that way. So you want to say things like you want to say tranny instead of transmission. I know.
Really?
In your circles, I know it sounds like you're asking for a date, but in this particular case, say tranny. Now the reason they're called a four-stroke motor is there's four. You probably don't even know it's called a four-stroke. Two-stroke, four-stroke. I know. Believe me, drive shaft.
It's horrible.
It all lubed up, like a lubed-up shaft, greased-up shaft, and a tranny. I don't know because
men like to name things after their penis.
No, there's a thing where it's like why does the gayest guy in the Village people dress like a lumberjack?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's a certain point when you become so manly, you actually become gay.
Right.
Like
it's
like
Greeks.
the only guys who wear chaps are super gay guys and super straight guys. I'm touching the air filter. Okay. That prevents a bunch of rocks and dust and leaves and twigs and God knows what. From like, let's just say you're working on the carburetor, you bent over, your yarmulke got sucked into the inlet. Next thing you know, you seize your motor. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let me ask you this: has a yarmulke ever been sucked into a carburetor? Carburetor up top. These covers here cover the valves.
Wait, so when it's pinging and you're having trouble going up the hill, what's wrong with your car?
It's out of tune. The distributor, you're getting pre-detonation.
It's a distributor problem.
So you probably have to retard the timing. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I'm a distributor.
Now it's like you're fucking a retarded gay guy. It's really sick, isn't it? Yeah, you retard or advance your timing.
Okay.
You have an intake manifold. That's the thing that the carburetor sits on and distributes the air and the fuel. You have an exhaust manifold or a header. Well, again, we're getting gay.
Weird.
Well, we got to really sit down and make a list.
But I don't really have to turn a wrench, right? Or is that part of being a man? Or is it just being able to talk to my mechanic?
Half of being a man is fooling other men into thinking that you're a man.
Right.
So
what's the other half?
That's just oral sex. And by the way, it's time to pay the fiddler, Joel.
When I'm with guys who are into cars, and I'm at a car show and we're talking about cars, or I'm just talking to them about their car, I don't even know what I'm supposed to appreciate. Like, what do I like about cars, or what are we going to talk about when we talk?
Well, first off, you can make offhanded comments. Like, if the car's running, you come by and go, "Smells like she's running a little lean," and then just walk away. people go, "Wow, that guy must know something about cars." Guys love horsepower. Guys love deals. Guys love vintage stuff. Guys love oddities. Like I said, this guy has a Cobra body that's on a sort of NASCAR monocoque aluminum frame that has a Chevy engine in it. So it's like, that's exotic. Horsepower to weight ratio
like the Lotus,
is huge.
Right?
Yeah, like a Lotus. Like you take you take like the Bentley. The Bentley has like 550 horsepower.
Which is a lot.
Which is a ton of horsepower. But it also weighs like 5,500 pounds.
Okay.
So that's a lot, too. So your Mini Cooper weighs half as much as the Bentley. And if somebody threw a supercharger on it or a turbo on it, I think they're all turboed now, and did a few tweaks on it, your car could hang 0 to 60 with a car that has 550 horsepower.
And what is the horsepower on my car, which is a normal standard four-cylinder?
Say naturally aspirated.
It's naturally aspirated? What does that mean?
That means it's not
fuel injected. It's not.
No, it is fuel injected. But you have a naturally aspirated Mini Cooper with maybe 137 horsepower, 134 horsepower.
So what's a number that guys get excited about? Or it's just this ratio to the weight?
They're not excited about 130.
Okay. So a supercar is like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or...
Yeah. Like, again, the hot chick who sits behind you in your algebra class at junior college may technically be hotter than the Victoria's Secret model,
Right,
but she's not a supermodel. She
no
doesn't get to
status
marry Tom Brady. 0 to 60, respectable. Anything under 6 seconds, respectable.
Okay. What does my Mini do, just so I have a road comparison? Like, about?
Your Mini is probably in the mid-8s.
So it doesn't sound like a huge difference to me.
Low 9s. I know, but look at it this way. Think about the NFL. Guy runs a 4.440,
right.
He's world class. Guy runs a 4.840,
Right.
He's out of the league.
Right. Okay.
And by the way, when you see two guys line up and they blow a whistle, they got one guy that runs a 4.7, 4.840, another guy runs a 4.3, 4.4.
Right.
When they cross the 40, there's 12 yards between them.
Percentage-wise, it's a big difference between 6 and 9. Yeah.
The difference between a 0 to 60 car and and 9.1 versus 6.0 means you guys go to 60 and that guy's, you're just seeing his taillights.
But it won't affect my life.
No.
Like, it's not going to get me to Vegas faster.
No, you drive 85 all the way. I don't think women are attracted to money. I think they're attracted to guys who have that thing where they make money and they like the power. It's like they're not like, I want his money. They're like, I love the fact that guy's got drive, self-assured, he's his own man.
It's confidence.
Confidence. Yeah. And when you're all those things, guess what? They pay you.
Right.
So you think they're attracted to the guy's wallet. They're attracted to all that shit that gets him paid. And then the car is... Well, it's like it's a Rolex you sit in. I mean, the reason a guy gets a Rolex is so he goes into. It's like this. The guy gets a nice house, but you can't go into a club and like show people pictures of your house with an infinity pool up on Mulholland. So what do? You pull up to the club in a Ferrari, which is a sort of extension of your nice house, and then when you get out of your Ferrari, you put on a Rolex, which lets people know you have a Ferrari, and the Ferrari lets them know you have a nice house.
And then you
it's
get
just
to the
weird.
house eventually.
It's like one of those Russian dolls.
Right.
Eventually you'll get laid. Yeah, and the nitrous oxide that you see on Fast and Furious. Oh, you didn't see those movies?
Does that make it go up and down? Or?
No.
Oh.
Wow. The NOS, turning the gas on.
And what does that do?
Oh, everything is about shoving air and fuel into that cylinder faster. Okay. I mean, think of Kobayashi in a hot dog eating contest.
Why don't you just make bigger cylinders?
It doesn't get the air in any faster. I mean, it helps, but you got to understand now you have a rotating mass. You have a piston that's harder to move up and down because it's bigger and heavier. It's like, think of hot dog eating contest.
Okay.
Before Kobayashi, people eat like 18 hot dogs at Coney Island. Then Kobayashi started like dipping the bun in water and shoving shit up his ass and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, he essentially put a supercharger on it. And all of a sudden, you were able to ram 63 hot dogs in the same time it took 18 hot. So it's like, think of all the... I know this is going homoerotic again, but think of how many hot dogs you can ram into your cylinder.
And so the nitrous just speeds that up.
Yeah, it just pushes.
But that's not something real guys talk about. That's kind of bullshit.
It's kind of a chicken shit move. It's steroids for your car. It's like, that guy's not natural.
And spinning hubcaps, not cool. That fits in the douchebaggy kind of like...
It is.
Fast and Furious thing, right?
It is super douchey, and it adds just a whole bunch of weight to the corners, and it's called unsprung weight, and it's not where you want weight.
Okay.
So
what should I do to like...
I'll tell you what you can do.
You
can listen to a bunch of Beach Boys songs. Because they're talking about...
floor.
Yeah,
like
there's quad ram induction, and it's got like his 413 gears are kicking in. I mean,
Springsteen songs, too. I can't really follow them. Yeah.
There's 3 Springsteen songs you can listen to, and 5 Beach Boys songs you can listen to. You'll know everything you need to know about motorsports.
Little Deuce Coups.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this. And what can I do to my Mini to make it cooler? Obviously, fire extinguisher. That's a very cool move. Like, things are so crazy in here that can happen in a second. What should I do to it? Or should I just
trade it in for the Lotus.
Right.
It would be the coolest thing you could do with your Mini. No, trade your Mini in for the turbocharged Mini.
Okay. There should be electric. Is not cool, right?
Electric has a lot of torque, and they're fast.
Okay. I'll wait for the electric Mini.
Yeah.
Should I be able to change my own oil, or that stuff's not necessary?
Yeah, you could do that. It's a waste of time. Quick pop quiz, though. This is...
Distributor.
All right, and that's...
Carburetor.
Right, and this thing...
Am I really doing well?
Yeah, you're on a roll.
There's a crankshaft in there.
Yeah, but what's this thing that the carburetor's sitting on?
The block?
The thing the carb's on?
Okay, there's pistons in there, and there's a rod.
Right, remember I said manifold, intake manifold.
Intake manifold.
Intake manifold. Carb, intake manifold, right onto the heads.
And the intake manifold has all that stuff in it? No, it's just
No, it's just a like a plenum to spread the gas and air around.
I thought I was doing really well.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks. I feel
I feel like we should shake hands over there.
Yeah, you're right. Over the car. Look cool.
Yeah.
The rascal kid behind the bars of the world.